So there's a specific question I get asked a lot because people consider me a Halloween guy. That question is, what do you think happens with the Halloween franchise moving forward? Everybody, it's Nick here at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm coming at you guys tonight to give you my opinion. Some things I've heard, some things I think, some things I might want, I don't want, etc. on what I think happens next with the Halloween franchise. I'm going to start this video off by saying what I would like to see, then get into what I don't want to see, and then what I think will happen. Now, after Halloween Ends, of course, spoilers if you guys haven't seen Halloween Ends at this point, but everybody's seen it because they either wanted to love it and be different, or they wanted to hate it and tell everyone who hated it that they were stupid. Now, I don't mean that those that love it only loved it because they wanted to be different. No, I just mean that everybody wanted to see it for themselves, form their own opinion, and those opinions have been formed. Where do I want to see the Halloween franchise go? Well, there's been a couple avenues that I would like to see this franchise go down. My first, most desired route for the series moving forward would absolutely be the Legacy sequel with Danielle Harris coming back as Jamie Lloyd. Now, people have asked me before, how would this work? It doesn't make sense. She died in Halloween 6. Ignore it. I mean, we saw it with Laurie Strode. They ignored Halloween H2O. They ignored Halloween Turd Sandwich. They ignored Halloween 2. It's very easy to erase certain canon and just go, well, I'm not saying it's easy. It's very easy to tell people you're erasing certain canon and then just move off of whatever timeline you want to move off of. As Jamie Lee Curtis said, it's a choose your own adventure kind of franchise. So I think that could work with Jamie Lloyd and Danielle Harris returning to that role. People have said, well, you couldn't keep Halloween 5. You could, though, and I feel like you have to. Because at the end of Halloween 4, obviously, it looked like Jamie was going to take the mantle. If you come back with a Legacy sequel where Michael Myers comes after Jamie Lloyd 30 years later or whatever it might be, well, it's kind of weird if Halloween 4 is where you left off. Because at the end of Halloween 4, she no longer seemed like a heroine. She seemed like the next Michael Myers. So you would have to address that. How do you address it? You keep Halloween 5 canon. Sure, there's some corny, weird things about Halloween 5. You guys know me. You know I love it. But I totally understand when some people say, oh, there's just some stuff about 5 that I wish they would ignore, that I wish never happened. Fair, duly noted. But I do think that if you're going to go the Legacy sequel route with the character of Jamie Lloyd, you have to keep Halloween 5 in canon. Now, Halloween 6, no. I love Halloween 6, but no, you can't keep that in canon. Got way too convoluted. She died. It wasn't even Danielle. Ignore that. That never happened if you're going to go this route. The second route that I would like to see them go, if they're not going to go this route, is building off of Halloween 3. Now, to a lot of Halloween 3 fans, again, myself included, some of us, Christian, would say that's sacrilege. Don't touch Halloween 3. It is the golden child. It is the gold standard. You son of a bitch. Here's what I would say to that. You're not wrong in the sense that Halloween 3 stands alone perfectly on its own. It never needed a continuation. It still doesn't need a continuation to this day. I'm not even necessarily saying you need to do a continuation. Why not do something in the same universe? Why not do a prequel expanding upon Connell Cochran? Or, if you want to expand upon it, why not show us what happened next after Tom Atkins was screaming into the phone, "Stop it! Stop it!" Whatever route you want to go, I feel like that universe has so much left to be explored that it would just be delightful to dig into. Now, again, I'm not going to be mad if they don't do it, and it wouldn't be my first choice. My first choice would be the Legacy route with Danielle, but I'd really like to see this happen. So those are my two preferred things to do next. I don't want a remake. I don't want a sequel to Halloween Resurrection. No, stop. Please stop. All of you that want that, just please stop. No. Now, what I don't want to see from Halloween moving forward, I do not want to see them build off of Halloween Ends. Why? You loved Halloween Ends. I did love Halloween Ends. And that's why I don't want to see them build off of it. It was a great ending. Michael met his end. Corey met his end. Laurie found her peace. it was a perfect ending. It does not need to go from there. And even people that didn't like the movie say, well, it was a good ending for Laurie. You know, it closed the book on that. That was definitively done. We're moving forward. So please, for the love of God, don't try to expand upon Halloween Ends. As much as I love the movie, it just wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. And as I said previously, I don't want to see them do the Halloween 9 route. They're never going to do it, but there's a small portion of the fan base that continues to clamor for a follow-up to Halloween Resurrection. Whatever you're smoking needs to be illegal, because no. Halloween Resurrection did so much to the character, so much to the lore, so much to beloved characters that was just so bad. No. And what would you do? Continue with Busta Rhymes as your focus? I mean, no. We're not doing that. Don't do it. Again, as I said previously to that, don't do a sequel to Halloween 6. If you're going to do a legacy sequel, do not build off of Halloween 6. And kind of similar to Halloween Ends, I really liked Halloween 6. I like Halloween 6 the way it is. I feel like it's a good end to the Thorn trilogy. If you're going to build off of the Thorn trilogy, you need to remove 6 from canon and build off of 5. Do not attempt to try to connect every loose end from Halloween 6, because it's not going to make any sense. It's going to piss more people off than it makes happy, and it's just going to be this convoluted, jumbled mess at the end of the day. And of course, this one might surprise some people, because I have said before that I would want to see this, and I'm not opposed to it as an idea at face value, but given the circumstances, I don't want to see it because I know where it would lead. I do not want to see a sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. As much as I wanted to see it after 2009 and the years after that, because I adore that film, there are a few reasons I just don't want to see it happen. One, I know Rob would never come back, and I don't want to see somebody else try to play in the sandbox that he created. And if Rob didn't come back and they tried to go forward with it, I don't think Scout comes back. I don't think Tyler Mane comes back. I don't think Brad Dourif comes back. So what do? Recast, retool in the same universe? No, it's not necessary. If it was going to happen, it should have happened right after 2009. It should have been Halloween 3D, although that script wasn't great, but it brought back a lot of those characters. I would have been open to it at the time just because I love that universe, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is my second favorite Halloween movie. I know I said it. Oh my God. At this point, I don't want to see it because you couldn't get everybody to come back. You couldn't get Rob to build upon what he made, so I just wouldn't want to see it. It would feel like dollar store Rob Zombie's Halloween. Some would say that Rob Zombie's Halloween feels like dollar store Halloween. Touche, I guess, to the first one, not to the second one, but I just wouldn't want to see it because the stars wouldn't align for it. So those are the things I don't want to see. But where do I think the series goes from here? Personally, I think it goes to streaming next. No, I do not think Michael Myers is relegated to streaming. I don't think the Halloween franchise is going to the small screen. Look, Halloween Ends made over $100 million being day and date and getting trashed by half the fan base and half of the critics. So you're making over $100 million with all that negativity around you. It's a win. It is a win. The Blumhouse trilogy made $500 million for a collection of movies that didn't even cost $100 million, all three together to make. So it was wildly successful. It made them a lot of money. It made Malick a lot of money. But I just think that they're going to let Michael rest for a little bit. They're going to let the mainline franchise, the series in the franchise, kind of rest for a little bit, give Michael Myers a break. And I think it goes to streaming. Now, based off of some things I've heard and some people that I have talked to, I fully believe that the Halloween 3 route is where they're going to go. I believe they're going to expand on that world. That movie, I don't know, like I said, prequel, actual sequel, follow-up, I have no idea. But I am of the belief that that is where they're going next. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it so long as you get a good writer, you get a good showrunner, a good director, and most importantly, you got to nail the score. You got to nail the atmosphere. It has to feel like it is part of the same world as Halloween 3. Now, again, with these projects and these movies, if you guys don't like them, if you feel like they're not necessary, you're totally entitled to that. And to that, I would just tell you, the movie that you love still exists, whether this does or not. So you can still always love that and still cherish that and hold that near and dear to your heart. But don't be a dick and try to take away from the enjoyment of other people that might want to see this because it brings them joy. You know, like both can be true. It can be not for you, but you can respect it and you can say, you know what, I'm glad it worked for you guys. I'm glad it made you happy. Or you can say, this was awesome. I don't really care if you didn't want to see it because I loved it and it made me happy. At the end of the day, your own happiness is really all that matters. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I believe that's where it's going to go. I will say they're not going to miss the 50th anniversary. It's not going to happen. There is no way they miss the 50th anniversary of the series. 2028, something will happen. Whether that's when we get that show or that movie about Halloween 3, I doubt it. I think it's going to be something Myers related then. If they miss the 50th, shame on them. I mean, shame on them. But that's where I see the franchise going next. Those are what I hope to see. Those are what I don't hope to see. That's really all that is. But anyway, guys, let me know down below in the comments section what you guys think. What do you not want to see? What do you want to see? And where do you expect it to go from here? Leave a like on this video. Let's discuss this down below. I want to just say, I know some people are going to say, oh, it should just end. What I want to see is for it to end, for it to be over. Look, man, cool, but we all know that's never going to happen. So Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason, they're the new Universal monsters. They're going to live on for generations. They're not going to go anywhere. So accept that, understand that, and just tell me, devil's advocate, if you had to pick a way for this franchise to go, or if you don't have an idea for where you want it to go, but you just know you don't want it to go to a certain place, let me know that down below. But again, guys, be nice in the comments. Don't be a dick. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check me out on social media. And this is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I am pulling out.